Hello viewers, welcome to another tutorial by Project Maker. In this video, we will be discussing about deques in C++. So basically, deques are double-ended queues in which we can push and pop elements from both the sides of queue. So it is updated version of queue. Now let's start practical implementation of it for better understanding. So let's move to our destination folder. So I have opened destination folder and prepared deque.cpp file. Now let's open this file. I have already written basic snippet which is in front of you. Now let's start implementation of deque or double-ended queue. So initially we have imported iostream package for C in and C out. After that we will be dealing with deque in this video. So I have included that package. Now in mains function. Now let's get started with the declaration of double-ended queue. So to declare deque, we use deque. After that, data type of it, and let's type deque. So our deque is created. So as I told you that we can insert element in queue from front side also and from back side also. So now let's try to implement it and also visualize it at the same time. So deque dot push underscore front. So it will insert one from front side of the queue. So initially if our size of array is let's say 4, so the declaration will be like this. So 1 will be inserted at first position and the remaining 3 will be 0. Let's say there will be garbage value. After that, if we wish to element another element from front side, then it will be inserted in this format. So one will be shifted to right hand side, second will be in the position of first, and remaining elements as it is. So this will be the implementation. Now let's try to insert element from back side of deque. So for that I will just type deque dot push. This time I will be using back. So it will push element in deque from back, and it will get pushed in this way 2, 1 which were inserted by above queue, and then 0, and from backside there will be insert 3. This is how insertion takes place from backside. Now let's try to insert one more element. Deque dot push underscore back and 4. So the implementation of this will be 2, 1. Here will be 3 and the element 4 will be inserted from backside. So our final double-ended queue will have elements 2, 1, 3, 4 rather than 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the difference between queue and deque. Now let's see whether our assumption is correct or not. So let's print the first element. So the first element is, it should be 2 according to our assumption. So let's try deque dot front. Fine. And ended. So let's run this program. As you can see, our assumption is correct. So the first element is 2. Now let's try to check the last element. So I will just copy it, and after that I will simply write back here, so which will be the last element, and type last. Now let's run the program. So as you can see, the last element inserted is 4 and first element is 2. So this is our actual output and expected output, which is same. Now let's move ahead. Now deleting an element. So as we can insert element from both sides, we can also delete element from both the sides. Now let's try to delete element from front side. So deque dot pop underscore front. This will delete 2. So our array will become 1, 3, 4, 3, 4. And if we try to delete element from last, which is pop, back, so it will delete 4 and the array will be this 1, 3. Now let's check the size. So the size will be 2 according to our assumptions, because we deleted 2 elements from deque. So the size of deque is deque dot size and end. So let's run the program. As you can see, the size is 2 because we deleted 2 elements from it. After that, printing elements. So like q, we will use the same concept, which is while. Check if q is empty or not. deque.empty. We can also empty q from front side as well as from back side depending upon the requirement. In this case, we will be removing element from deque from only front side. So for that, I will just type cout deque.front. After that, the space and deque.pop front and cout ending. According to our assumption, there are only 2 elements in deque, so it should print 1 and then 3. Now let's try to run the code and check the output. It was spelling mistake. Now let's rerun the program. So as you can see, 1 and 3 elements are present. Now let's try to pop element from backside. So I will just type here back, and after that I will also return back. So now the expected output should be 3 and 1. Let's rerun the program. So as you can see, it has popped element from backside. So this is the power of double-ended queue or deque. Now let's go ahead. Accessing specific element. As in queue, there was no specific method called add which prints specific element from queue. In the similar way, there is no method using which we can print the specific element of deque, but we can pop element to our desired element and print that element using queue.front. No one tries to access specific element of deque while using this data structure. So I will just write here no direct method, and let's move ahead. Check for empty array, or let's say empty. So I will just write cout is deque empty, and I will use a deque.empty. So it is a boolean function. It will return 0 or 1. In our condition, it will return 1 because our deque is empty. As you can see, the output is 1, which means that our deque is empty, which is correct output. And now let's try to print the size of our deque. So I will just copy paste the same command and to be written above, and let's check the size of q, which is 0. As you can see, these were all the basic concepts that you must know before implementing deque. Here comes the end of this video. If you like this video, then don't forget to share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you face any queries, just comment down below. I will be happy to answer your doubt. Thanks for watching this video.